Series of crazy events got me involved in the Curse of Bryestone. It was kind of like a whirlwind for me. I was working at the time for Ghost Town and Findlay, Ohio, and we had come up with this concept for kind of like an interactive drama, but we didn't know where we were going with it. And Matt Ehrman from Capture One Studios came to a meeting with me and Kevin, and all of a sudden there was this idea brewing, and then I sat with Matt over several weeks discussing turning a bunch of crazy ideas into this awesome story that he came up with, and I was hooked from seeing it on paper to seeing what needed to be done to make it happen. I was all for the challenge and ready to roll with it, and I think from day one, just there and excited to be a part of it. I played Razell Withernitch. He is definitely the antagonist of this story. He's a witch doctor with a mysterious past that has come to Bryerstone to essentially bestow his weird brew on the people of the town. And it seems that he's got some kind of plan. The role stuck out to me. I'm a villain guy already, and that's kind of, what I look for in a show. I will still go back and do comedy, but once I had an opportunity to play the bad guy, I don't know what it is. Razell seemed like such a cool concept that I was obsessed with it. As soon as I got the role, I was working on the accent and the mannerisms, and being a method actor and being in a situation where we have the buildings, we've got, for all intents and purposes, we've got the time period captured. By the time Matt had all, the candelier brought all these awesome candles and torches, we've got horses out there, we've got dust and 18th century buildings, and then my costuming and makeup and everything that came with Razell, it's hard to not just become a part of this world. Hardest thing about making a movie probably isn't on my side at all as an actor, because there was so much more going on. Capture One Studios and Leap of Faith Productions, the work that they have to do to keep everyone and everything in order and in line with the plan, and seeing semi-truck trailer size full of lights coming into the set, and this need to go there, and then like the elements, we were literally recording outside, so rain happens, wind happens, cars, trains, planes, everything happens. That's got to be the hardest part, because you're trying to get this done, and I never before this knew or even thought about time constraints. I mean, when you get that many lights turned on and you get that many people out there, and those people need to eat, those people need to be able to rest, they need to be able to be at the top of their game, and when that number starts to climb up into the 20s and the 30s and the 40s, and now you've got 50 people standing around, and everything has to happen the way you planned it, otherwise they're going to continue to stand. In my opinion, that's got to be the hardest part, is navigating all that. I was blessed to be a part of helping with that, and I see now that it is a team effort, and that's going to be something I remember for the rest of my life. We had a couple of experiences, one in particular, where someone said, rain's coming, 5 minutes, and we had 50 people there. I'm not kidding you, 50 people, and fires lit, and torches lit, and cameras and lights literally everywhere, thousands of dollars outside, and they had to make a decision. And I would have just stayed frozen for the whole 5 minutes. So I don't know how Matt and Jack are able to do what they do, and that's got to be the toughest part. Bryerstone, first and foremost, sets itself apart from almost every other genre because it picked two of the hardest genres to combine and combined them effortlessly, which are Western and horror. As you can, just from the trailer, you know, that excitement you get when it switches from that Western feel to this like crazy, I mean, what's going on? I've seen, like, just in the trailer, you see, you know, the witch and all this crazy stuff, like lightning coming down and monsters. I mean, that's crazy. That's a cool concept that you're not seeing in either of those genres. Western itself seems to be dying or slowing way down, and horror is getting redundant and harder to watch. But nobody's putting those together, and nobody's adding a sci-fi twist like this has. I think it's, you know, I heard Matt once say that this is similar to The Wizard of Oz in a way that it's gonna be something new, and it's gonna be something that just hits you. And I've always wanted to sit in the seats of the theater back in 1930, whatever it was, 32 or 36, when the first time black and white turned into a color explosion in Wizard of Oz. And I think we have our generation's version of that right now. And it's a good Western and it's a good horror, which is hard to find by themselves, and we've combined it. You gotta check it out. I mean, what do you got to lose?